Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. Welcome to the second part of a mini-series in which I am sharing with you my favorite books that I use in my journal making, in my junk journals. And the first part covered my favorite flower books, so all about flowers. I will link it in the cards for you and also in the description box if you would like to check it out. And this part today is going to be covering like nature in general. So we will have three categories. We will have nature, like journals and things like this. We will have birds and we will have animals. And the third part is going to cover all other books that I love using in my journals that are not nature or flower. So let's start. I'm excited about it. I love flipping through my books. They always get me so inspired. So I might actually get some good ideas for journals while I'm flipping through them for you. So the first one that I have here is the one that has become my absolute favorite. I made my whole spring journal collections based on this book, and I only have a few pages left, and I've been looking for it on Amazon. Oh, this is what I mentioned in the first part. I got all of my books, yeah, all of them on Amazon. I look for used copies. I usually look for like the worst quality that I can find, but definitely always used books. So yeah, this one I can see sometimes on Amazon, but it's very expensive, and this copy I got quite cheap, so I'm not comfortable paying like 20 euro for this book, but it's stunning. So this is The Painted Garden, A Year in Words and Watercolors by Mary Wooden. And this is the cover, a little bit just distressed cover, but look at these end pages, guys, and look at these illustrations. There's not that much that I can show you because, like I said, I don't have that much left. I mostly have like autumn themed, but look at the font even. I love books in which there's this like scripty font. This just always makes me excited. And beautiful watercolor illustrations, and these swatches, I love them so. Irises of every shade. I mean, oh, just I'm just, yeah, I'm going to get excited flipping through these books. I know it already. These are just so beautiful, and I used all of the most beautiful pages already, so definitely check out my spring journals, the flip through, which I will link for you as well if you would like to see more of these books, because they are all there. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites, and I'm holding on to every scrap that I have left. Definitely worth looking into, so if you can find it, grab it. The Painted Garden by Mary Wooden. Okay, so the second one is, of course, our beloved Edith Holden. It's funny because I only have this one copy. I've used my copy in the recent ephemera holders that I had in my Etsy shop. That was my last one. Yes, that was my last one that was in English, and since then I was only able to find this small book, which is in German. It still has the nice font, which I'm interested how they did it. It also has the beautiful illustrations, but it's a smaller size, and unfortunately it's not bound, like it's not stitched, it's more glued to the spine, so you can't take like 2 pages and make them into your signature, but it's still beautiful, and I always like to have a copy on hand. And even with German, you know, I don't speak German, but even so, this handwriting is just so beautiful. The color of the page is beautiful, so I thought, you know, why not? It was like 1 euro or something like that, so definitely worth it. And this is, I have the Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady by Edith Holden, and I also have Nature Notes of an Edwardian Lady by Edith Holden as well. So these are the two books of her that I own or owned before I used them up. The next one is again one of my absolute favorites, and I've had this book. This was like my first purchase when I started making junk journals, I think, and this is Island Diary of a Year on Easdale. I hope I'm pronouncing this okay, and this is by Garth and Vicky Waite, W-A-I-T-E, and I've been hoarding this. I have been using pages here and there, but mostly, you know, just hoarding it. But I have, again, like I mentioned in the previous video, I have like a whole journal collection planned for this book and for these beautiful pages. So it's like a diary, a nature diary, beautiful handwritten font and gorgeous illustrations. And guys, you are going to love this one. Look at this. I mean, I can just flip through these pages and stare at them, and oh, this is so beautiful. Okay, let's find some of my favorites. This is so cute. I don't know, I love all of them, but there are some stunning flowers here that I want to show you. So this is like a definitely like a chatty flip through. If you don't mind if you're not interested, look at this, guys. If you're not interested in my chatting, then just feel free to fast forward. But this is, oh, this is so beautiful. I'm like itching to, you know, to start making these journals, but I have so much other work to do first. But that's an amazing feeling when you get inspired by a beautiful page in a book or by a beautiful patterned paper. This is definitely a wonderful wonderful feeling. This is Richard Bell's Britain, and this is another one which is in the form of a diary, and I haven't used much of it, but I have used a number of these pages in some of my custom ephemera holders. They are gorgeous. Again, there is a lot, they have like a sketchy feel to them. There is a lot of those handwritten fragments here. The paper quality is interesting because it's very thick, so it would make nice sturdy envelopes, and it's just more like on a vintage side, you know. There is a lot of deep greens and browns, and it's just very pretty and very sketchy. I love this one a lot. I have to use it more. But yeah, for like a vintage nature journal, this is so pretty. Richard Bell's Britain. Then I have this. This is my first and only book by Gordon Benningfield, who was a painter, and there are a lot of books by him, and I chose one randomly, really. This is Poems of the Countryside. It's gorgeous. So it's full of his watercolor illustrations, but also poems by different authors. So I love it. I also love that this is horizontal, so you can easily just fold this page or fold it like this, and then, for example, have this in the middle of the signature. Just beautiful. So let's see. So you can see there is Robert Browning, John Keats, some of my favorite poets, really, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, Edward Thomas. I just love those poets. I studied English literature at uni. There's Shakespeare as well. Studied English literature at uni, and we've read a lot of those poets from Romanticism and D.H. Lawrence, and they are just beautiful, and the illustrations are so pretty, so gorgeous. really pretty. So anything that you can find by Gordon Benningfield is I think worth trying. He has a gorgeous one on butterflies if you're into butterflies, and also a beautiful one on songbirds, but it's a bit too expensive. I'm just looking if I can find a cheaper copy, but it's called Vanishing Songbirds, and it's, from what I've seen, it's stunning. So Gordon Benningfield, he's the painter who painted these. Then this one you've probably seen before. This is Janet Marsh's Nature Diary, and I think it comes in 2 editions. I have the softcover one. You can find one which is hardbound, and it's just, it does have beautiful illustrations like this. I mean, this is stunning, but it also has a lot of like text, and this is like regular, at least in my copy. I don't know if in different editions, you know, you get the handwritten font, but this is just regular print, which I don't really care about when I'm making journals. But you do have those illustrations and those beautiful handwritten paragraphs, and her handwriting, if this is her handwriting, which I suppose it is, was just wow, just beautiful. So this one is definitely worth looking for at or into. Again, a little bit more on the vintage side, like the Richard Bell's Britain, but the illustrations are really stunning. This is gorgeous. Yeah, and I used quite a lot of it, really, so pretty. Okay, and the last one from this category is a one I again have been hoarding. I don't know, this is too like one of the first books that I got. This is The Undercliff by Elaine Franks, and I just, again, I have the perfect journal collection for it in mind. I just didn't kind of get into it yet for some reason. But guys, look at these illustrations. I have used some pages in my journals, but not too many, and her illustrations are divine. I mean, let's flip through it a little bit. Look at this, guys. So I have like a whole woodland collection in wow, woodland collection in mind for this book, because it just this is just so cute. I don't know, they are very magical for me. And the squirrel is so cute. Did I say bat? Even this bat is cute. I mean, he's eating a moth, so that's not very cute, but but the most of the illustrations are this is so cute. This little guy definitely begs to be on a journal cover, doesn't he? This one, oh, this one for a woodland journal cover. I mean, wow. So yes, so this is definitely awesome. Definitely one of my favorites, and just waiting for a perfect moment to be used. Wow, I loved it. Okay, so again, The Undercliff by Elaine Franks. So now we are coming to the second category, and these are bird books. And this again here is this was like a bargain. This is a huge illustrated encyclopedia of birds, the definitive guide to birds of the world. And this is from International Council for Bird Reservation, and this is by or Consultant-in-Chief Christopher Perrins. And this book is like, it is huge. And if you like fussy cutting, and if you need birds to fussy cut, then this is definitely a one to look into, because it has hundreds and hundreds of birds to fussy cut. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to run out of birds to fussy cut from this book. And it was super cheap. It was like, I don't know, maybe it was €3 or €4 for a book this size. So it's about maybe $5, maybe even less. I found it again on Amazon, and it's just huge. I have been cutting so many birds from it already. They are beautiful. The illustrations are crisp, very vibrant. Excuse me. Really, really worth the money, and especially that I really didn't pay that much for it. So if you like fussy cutting and if you need some birds to fussy cut, this is the one to check out. Then I have this one, and I have two books that are quite similar. So this one is the Oxford Book of Birds, and this is Thorburns Birds. And they are quite similar. You will see in a moment what I mean. Let's see the cover. How gorgeous is this? And they have the most beautiful bird illustrations. Look at this, guys. So the whole book is like one page or one-sided illustrations of beautiful birds. And they are really stunning. They are really stunning. So if you are into birds, I love birds. I have a whole bird journal collection in mind. But I don't know, there's so many other projects, but this one is stunning. And the Oxford Book of Birds, it's quite similar in that it is full of beautiful illustrations of the Oxford Book of Birds, illustrated by Donald Watson, and it's full of like one-sided illustrations of birds. They are also very pretty, slightly different style, I would say, but absolutely gorgeous. The colors are pretty. They are a little bit muted maybe, so it's perfect for, I think, any kind of journal really. So definitely if you like birds, I would recommend one of these two, or you don't have to get two like I did. I just couldn't decide. Then another gorgeous book of birds, and again, I have been hoarding this one a little bit, is Basil Edes. E-D-E is his last name, and he was or is, I'm sorry, I don't know, an illustrator, and his illustrations are just so amazing. I love this. I mean, look at this. But this book is quite big, so again, you would have to kind of look into it and make sure you know how to use these pages if you like them. But there are a lot of smaller oh, this is so pretty, smaller illustrations in here as well, and they're absolutely beautiful. So this is this one, and the last one I have from Birds, and I haven't used this one yet, but I just found it for like, I don't know, maybe €1 on Amazon some time ago. Is Birds of the World by Hans Hvass, Hvass, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, very vintage looking book. So I really love the illustrations, I really love the color of the pages. It's really pretty, and I can't wait to use it in my always upcoming vintage birds journals. Yeah, I will get to making birds journals one day. Okay, guys, and the last category is animals, and I only have 2 books in this. So this is Thorburns Mammals, and this is the guy from the Beautiful Bird book, and his animals are also so pretty, just so perfect for like a wildlife journal. Oh, look at this hedgehog. For a wildlife journal, or for a woodland journal. Some like farm animals, some woodland animals, just very beautiful, like the hares, rabbits. Very beautiful illustrations again. And the last one is the one that I mentioned in the previous video, and this is from the series Reader's Digest Nature Lovers Library, and this is Field Guide to the Mammals, to the Animals this time, of Britain. And the cover is just so cute. I love again that it is horizontal rather than vertical. And this one is so pretty. Beautiful illustrations, some photos, not too many, but the illustrations are just very, very gorgeous. So definitely if you're looking for like a wildlife book, these Reader's Digest books are so fun. And it's fun that you have this like long page which you can fold in half, and you have this on one side, and you know you can fold them exactly where the illustration ends and the text starts, so you have your journal pages. That's just so fun. Love these guys. So yeah, okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed it. This was the second part of our mini-series, and in the last part I'm going to be flipping through some different books. I'm going to just show you some different books that I use for my journal making, not necessarily nature related, but just what else do I like to put in my journals when I make them and when I use them. So have a wonderful day guys. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye!